Good morning everyone. I'm in the car, listen to the squeaks. I've got my leather jacket on, and I've also got my Doc Martens on, which are also so squeaky, and I walked out the door and I was like, is this gonna really wind me up today? We are heading out this morning. We're back with another I Gained the Weight Back series, and this was a highly requested video for this series. I asked loads of you about what you would like to see in these videos. Those of you who are struggling with body acceptance, weight gain, disordered eating. And so many of you said that you really struggle with shopping for your new body and to accept that you're a different size. So that's what I'm going to do today, because it's probably maybe one of the most profound remaining issues in my personal I guess journey with body acceptance, is that I do very much hold on to the clothes that I own, the size that I've always been, and really resent the idea of buying clothes in a different size and going up a size. So much so that it actually impacts my day-to-day life. So for example, I end up not buying new bras, new pants, new like t-shirts, basics, leggings, and even I don't end up buying like new trousers, so things that you can pair with the other things in your wardrobe that are maybe a bit more flexible. Which means I wake up every day and I just end up starting my day feeling quite bad about myself, because I put a pair of trousers on and they're really tight and they feel uncomfortable. I put a bra on and it's digging in, and I am not catering to the fact that my body is what it is now, and I should accept that this is what it is now and not think about that it may go back to a different size one day. I need to accept that this is what it currently is, and I deserve to be comfortable and to be dressing in a way that makes me feel good, makes me look good, because ultimately when you wear clothes that fit you, they suit you better and it looks better and you feel more confident. So today we're going to go shopping. I'm going to forget about what size things are and just embrace the fact that it fits me, and it doesn't matter what's on the label, because it really doesn't, and I mean that wholeheartedly. And this is a real struggle for me, I promise you. And I just would love to have a wardrobe where I have an array of sizes that fit me as a person who does fluctuate. Before we head out though, I wanted to chat to you a little bit about therapy. BetterHelp is the paid partnership for today's video, and I've worked with them before because I am a huge advocate for therapy, because it's helped me so much with my journey to mental health and better self-acceptance. And I thought that this video was perfect to discuss this, because I know so many of you probably are struggling with self-confidence, low self-esteem, and just feeling quite alone, and therapy can be such a tool in helping that. If you haven't heard of BetterHelp, it's a platform where therapists and their clients can communicate effectively and get the most out of therapy. I know that there are definitely roadblocks with therapy and going about seeking therapy. I sought therapy in 2020 for the first time. I've been very open with all of you about my struggles with an eating disorder, with anxiety, depression, OCD. I've really had my fair share of mental health struggles in my lifetime, and I look back and I feel quite sad for younger me who felt so ashamed and scared to seek therapy because of the stigma surrounding it. I always told myself I could figure it out alone, I could deal with it, and those were the days when I was feeling good. Those are the days when I was feeling more positive. But ultimately, I would fall back into feeling quite down and feeling very low and not able to overcome the really significant mental health struggles I was dealing with in my life. In 2020, I developed health anxiety, which is a form of OCD, and I really struggled. It took over my life. It was debilitating. I think it's something that's not talked about a lot or recognised. It's something that lots of you have also come back to me and said you've been really happy that I've talked about it because you've had a similar experience. It potentially was one of the most difficult times in my life, even though I have been through an eating disorder. This particular period in my life, I was having panic attacks pretty much daily, and I truly felt like there was no getting out of it. I think during my eating disorder, I always had the view that I would get better or I'd overcome this, and I suppose there was an element of hope there. But this time I really did feel very much in the gutters with not feeling like I could get out of it. And that's why I ended up seeking therapy, because I decided I was worth looking after, I was worth having a professional help me, and my life didn't need to be like that anymore. I didn't need to be dealing with this consistent anxiety every single day of my life, and it changed my life, honestly. I sought therapy, I had talking therapy, I've had CBT therapy, I've had EMDR therapy, I've spoken to psychologists, I've had different diagnoses, and over that time I have really developed a better understanding of who I am, why I am the way I am, and gain that self-awareness to challenge things and overcome it. I've also built up a toolkit, so when I do get down, when I become depressed or anxious, or I'm having struggles with my body image, for example, I have this kind of, I guess, self-awareness, this bird's eye view of, oh, I know why that's happening. This is something that you do, or this is something that you struggle with. And I know why now, and I'm not going to beat myself up for it. I'm not going to feel completely confused by it and lost at what to do. I have this kind of bird's eye view of, yes, this is how I'm feeling and it's really, really difficult, but ultimately I do know how to get through it. Obviously, it goes without saying to definitely speak to your doctor or your GP if you're going through something right now. If you're experiencing an eating disorder, anxiety, depression, go to your doctor and make sure that you tell them what you're experiencing, because you should never go through this alone. Something maybe that you didn't know about BetterHelp is that there is a journal where you can reflect and have your own personal thoughts jotted down, which I find really helpful. Personally, I love to journal. There's also community sessions every day on specific topics, so you can find people who are potentially going through something similar and find that community on BetterHelp. Some of you who've joined BetterHelp from my videos have said that you've really liked the fact that when you've signed up, all you've had to do is fill out a questionnaire and then you're connected with a therapist within a couple days, which is fantastic. And if you don't feel like that particular therapist is the right fit, you can request to change therapist, which sometimes happen. You have to have chemistry and feel like you connect with the person. They make sure that all of the therapists on BetterHelp are well qualified, and also they have a customer support team for any questions you may have. If you're struggling and you think that you'd benefit from therapy, then I'll leave a link down below in my description box, also on screen, and you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy. So go have a little look, and I'm gonna actually head out now because I've been chatting for you for a bit too long and we're gonna head to Penzance. I'm excited and I've got a few things on my mind that I would like to pick up. Right, we have just parked in Penzance. I plan to head to my favourite vintage clothing shop. Well, actually there's two in Penzance. One that has lots of lovely dresses, and then there's one that has these amazing jackets. And I kind of had my eye on a suede jacket last time I was there, and I don't know, they honestly have such beautiful clothing. I didn't at the time, I think, find anything that fit me properly, or maybe it was a bit too early in the year to be buying a coat. So let's go shopping. I'm excited, it's been a while. I'm gonna do a really embarrassing car park OOTD. So I've got this vintage leather jacket on. It's like a nice brown leather. My hair is blowing in the wind. This is my bag from Bean London. This is a vegan leather handbag, and it's really like easy to open and shut. It's got like a magnetised closing. I've got on this vintage corduroy top, my leggings which are from Booty, they're so comfy, my cherry red vegan Doc Martens, and let's go into Penzance. So I just went into the loveliest shop. It's called Marigold Moth. See it here in Penzance. And they hand make the clothes in there upstairs. It's brand new, it's only been 6 weeks. So if you live in Cornwall and you love sustainable, local shopping, you prefer to shop from, you know, people who are making the clothes. I mean, how much more sustainable can it get than literally it's made upstairs? So I got this gorgeous dress. Right, I'm gonna head into a couple charity shops now. Back to the car because I had so many bags. because my jackets from the vintage shop, this is a smaller one, but that one was huge. And then I found the most epic quilt in the charity shop, and it's the heaviest thing in the world. That's something I've been looking for so long. It's not clothing, but I've been after like a vintage quilt that looks like it's a hand-me-down from a family member for so long, and I'm hoping it'll be big enough for our bed. If it's not, then I can use it on another bed. I could also just use it in the living room because it's a big quilt. But what a bargain, so good. And that charity shop didn't have a changing room, so I just bought the things I liked, and then they do a 30-day returns policy, 30-day returns policy at British Heart Foundation at any chain, so I don't have to come back to this one specifically. So that's really great to know actually, because I way prefer trying things on at home. I'm gonna go back in, find somewhere to eat lunch, and then carry on shopping, because there's one more vintage shop I want to try, and maybe 2 more charity shops, and then we'll head back and maybe go via M&S. I may feel a little bit like I'm all shopped out. That was so yummy, but it did start to rain the second I sat down to eat it. I've got my cappuccino, I've got vegan croissants, and also they had those brownies and ginger oat things I funnily enough bought in the last video that I did on this series, I think. And I'm gonna carry on shopping now because there's a whole street of really great charity shops, and I'll do that heading back towards the car. I'm gonna try and be a bit more discerning because I feel like I bought too many things. Right, we're back in the car. I can only cope with so much shopping. Like, I used to absolutely love shopping when I was younger. I was a shopaholic. I've shared this about a million times because I did the whole minimalism series on my channel where I really reduced what I was buying. And I grew up as a massive shopaholic. It got me into trouble because I would spend a lot of my money on clothes. But I used to always get really overwhelmed in changing rooms because of my body, and even though I look back now, I think, what the hell? Like, I just can't understand it. Do any of you do this, where you like look back at your past self? Me, you know, a size 10, going into Topshop and New Look and Primark and all those kinds of shops when I was younger, going into the changing rooms, and then even then I felt really bad about myself because I would try on a size 10 dress, and because I'm 6 foot, often clothes wouldn't fit me properly, or they would be unflattering, or the sizing wasn't consistent, and it's really frustrating that happens. Not to mention that changing room lighting is so bad, but it hasn't changed, and that's something I notice now, that no matter what size I am, whether I'm a smaller size or a larger size, I've always been insecure about my body in changing rooms and trying on clothes, which makes me believe that it's really nothing to do with the way I look. It's far more to do with, well, the clothing sizes that are so inconsistent, changing room lighting, and also my own just perception of my body that is never good enough. And I will always have that insecurity. Today, I did actually find that I wasn't getting triggered, which is really interesting to me because it's been a long time since I've been into changing rooms. I wasn't actually getting triggered by my body and trying on the clothes. So I'm really patting myself on the back for that, because that's kind of impressive. And I wonder if it's because I've gone into it thinking, well, I don't really care what size I'm trying on. I'm just going to see if it looks nice. And it lets go of a lot of that pressure of me thinking, oh God, I put this on and it's a size 10 or a size 12 and it doesn't fit me. Like, oh, my body is not good enough. It doesn't fit into these clothes. When the reality is, isn't there that quote about your body shouldn't fit the clothes should fit your body? And it's a really incredibly powerful mindset shift. Anyway, I just picked up all the clothes I liked, and I was mainly going for what looked cute, and we'll see what they look like when I get home. There's definitely some of them that I may need to return because they didn't have changing rooms. I'm assuming this is their new policy in charity shops. Maybe because people were stealing things or there's not enough space or something, I don't know. But it's kind of nice because it means you can go home, try them on, and then return what doesn't fit. But I definitely spent way too much money, so I need to return some of them. Anyway, let's go home and I want a cup of tea, and I'm going to enjoy that brownie and ginger oat flapjack with Alex. I'm going to continue to listen to the Shameless podcast all about One Direction on the way home. And another thing actually that I noticed that is, I think, really bad is that vintage shopping is actually quite straight sized. It's very straight sized. So there was one charity shop that had quite a few vintage clothes that I just got some things from, and they had a really great variety of sizes. But one of the other vintage shops, which is a shop I love, and so I don't want to like be negative, but it is something to note that one of the vintage shops I went into, pretty much all the sizes were 8, 10 or 12, which are obviously quite small sizes, and it means if you're a size 14, 16, 18, 20 or above, you don't really get a look in. But the reality is, I think the average size in the UK is a 16, so it does kind of feel like you're being erased from the kind of the general. I guess it's different with vintage clothing because people were a different size back in the day. People wore different sizes. I don't know whether there's something to do with, I wouldn't be surprised if it's to do with the economics of it. I don't know if that's connected to it. I don't know whether it's that larger clothing, obviously there's not as much of it, so it gets sold quicker. I don't know if it's because vintage shops only seek out smaller sizes because most people shopping are younger and smaller. I'd love to know if you know why that is. But yeah, it does. For me, it felt a bit annoying because there wasn't really any size 14s apart from the jackets, which I got in a size medium and a large, and they fit me. But if you're anything above that, I would have gone in that shop and had literally nothing that I could have bought except the men's clothes. So yeah, that's a bit frustrating. Anyway, let's go home because the battery is flashing at me. I'm home and I've just dished out our brownies. I'm not sure how hungry I am, so I may save some of this for later. But we've got the brownie and then we've got the ginger oat flapjack. And then look at these croissants. They are vegan croissants. So if you are vegan, Loafs has vegan croissants. So I'm going to put these away and we'll have these tomorrow morning because it's rare that you find a vegan croissant. And it looks like Alex has baked a fresh loaf of bread and Rutherford is here. Woohoo! That is so yummy. Hello, Bobby. So I've just put the quilt on the bed to see what it looks like. I will be putting it in the wash because it does have that charity shop smell. Let me know your thoughts. Is it perfectly matching because there's loads of pattern and it kind of just suits the vibe? Or is it too much pattern and it should go in maybe the living room or something? I think the first one. I think it just kind of looks like a grandma's bedroom, which is what I love. But maybe it would look better with a block colour. Let me know your thoughts. But look at the detail. It's so gorgeous. And it's huge. Roxy, come in. Come in. Let me show you everything I got. So let's start with the first shop. So we've got, this is called Black Jacket Vintage in Penzance. This was the shop that is gorgeous. Like, I'm not trying to take away from the fact that it's the most beautiful vintage shop. And then the person there who worked there, I don't think she's the owner. She was lovely. And I think I've been there before when the owner was there. Lovely. I'm sure it's quite challenging to find vintage clothes in an array of sizes. So, like, I'm sure that it's just the same across the board. But that's my only, like, thing is that they don't have the hugest variety of sizes, which if you're someone who obviously struggles with sizing and stuff, like vintage shops, that's the struggle. That's the issue, is that it tends to only cater for very slim women. I managed to get 2 jackets. This one I definitely need to sew on the buttons a bit better, but this is the first jacket. It is a suede jacket with shirling. Absolutely gorgeous. The reason I got it is because my denim jacket that so many of you always ask whenever I wear it where it's from, I've had it since university. I'm pretty sure I got it in a charity shop at uni. And you know, sometimes I look back and I think through my minimalism experience, I have definitely decluttered a lot of gorgeous clothes that I kind of look back and wish I hadn't. But also I feel like everyone could say that. It served its purpose. But I wear that denim one so much that I realised that I will wear this. This is suede. Obviously it's vintage, so it's got its marks, but I kind of like that. It releases the pressure. If I was to buy a new suede coat now, I'd feel so stressed about getting it wet, which is not what you need in England. So if you want to, because I think that this is a trend this year, I feel like it's a trend just generally it's like suede, it's classic. But I feel like going for vintage is the way to go, because then its imperfections and its marks, it's just part of the fact that it's vintage. And I love the buttons. It's got all of the leather edging, and it says that it is 1960s or 70s. So yeah, and obviously I don't like buying leather, wool, suede, sheepskin, anything like that new. I would never buy that new, but vintage I will, and I think it's more durable and sustainable than vegan new things that are essentially plastic, or they have more labour involved and materials involved. If you're buying something that already exists, personally for me, I think it's the most sustainable and ethical choice. But obviously we can disagree on that. That's just my personal belief, and I love to buy vintage for that reason. Okay, so let's try on this jacket. I just think this jacket is so gorgeous. You can't even see my feet. I've kind of put on a very basic outfit underneath. I did this deliberately shopping, which actually I would highly recommend. If you're going shopping and you find it nerve-wracking, put on a pair of leggings, plain socks that you can easily slip in and out of into shoes if you're trying shoes on, and then a plain vest top. Black is good because it kind of is neutral with everything. If you try other things on to visualize, you kind of got like a plain underneath and you don't get too hot from having to take off everything. Sometimes if you go shopping in like jeans or a dress, it's quite awkward. This was great today to try things on. So this is the lovely sheepskin jacket. It's gorgeous. I can see myself wearing this all the time. I love the length. I like the fact that it's not super long, but it's like, it's to my mid-thigh, and it actually is the perfect size, because this is like a nice, well, it's a bit short, but I feel like potentially this is a men's. It was in the women's section though, but it's a nice shape. I could fit a jumper underneath it for sure. I love this. This is gonna be probably my new favorite winter jacket. I was buying coats that are just designed for dog walking, and they're like really naff, just like men's kind of style coats. And then I thought earlier, I was like, why do I have to wear those when I'm on a dog walk? Why do I have to wear a boring raincoat? I can wear all my nice coats on a dog walk, because where else am I gonna wear them? So yeah, absolutely love this. So second jacket I got, it's a bit jacket heavy. I have got an issue with coats. Some people have a thing for bags, I really don't. I've got like 4 bags. I have so many coats though. This is another suede number. It's navy, which is so unique. I've never seen like a navy suede like this. Usually they're black, grey, brown, tan. But for it to be navy, again, gorgeous suede. It's a bit more of a kind of blazery shape with the double-breastedness. And this was a medium, the other one was large. This is more snug, but this is another thing that with coats and with gaining weight, I tend to just go for really oversized in jackets to cover myself and to swamp myself, which sometimes isn't the most flattering. So this one was actually quite a nice fit. So it fit me well on the shoulders. It did not fit me on the arms, but jackets basically never do. So I would just have to wear like a longer sleeved shirt underneath if I was wearing this in the winter. But it's kind of more of an autumn spring coat because it's not going to be the warmest, but I absolutely love it. This is classic. I feel like this will never ever go out of fashion, and I love the belt. I've just noticed how amazing are these buttons. This is what it looks like. Again, it's a similar length, also a little bit longer. Like I said, it actually fits me on the shoulders, which is, well, yeah, that's kind of surprising. I'm pretty broad shouldered, so I'm kind of amazed by this. It doesn't fit my arms, but sometimes that's kind of nice because it's quite like feminine. If your like wrists are out, you could put a nice bracelet on or a nice watch. I could also wear a jumper that has a nice colour to it poking out. But I feel like this is going to be great for in the evening if I've got a nice outfit on. I can imagine this. I've got a pair of black heeled knee-high boots. I could imagine wearing it with that, with a really simple outfit, like literally just like trousers and a top, and this makes it feel very lovely. In fact, I think I might be going to London next week, and I feel like I might take this jacket because it feels just very, very suitable for evenings. And I love the belt at the back. On to the next shop. This was the lovely shop next door pretty much. I think it was just next door but one, is Marigold Moth. Now I went in there and the lovely man who was serving said that it was his wife and his daughter upstairs who made everything. They did actually come downstairs and speak to me because I was asking about sizing. and they had the most beautiful selection of clothing in there. I really recommend it to go into a shop and everything in the shop is made, handmade, by 2 women who work upstairs making them. I personally have never been into a shop that does that. Usually maybe there's a few handmade things, but it's also stocking other brands. Just phenomenal, and the stuff in there was beautiful. So I tried on this dress with you. I wish I could have got this in a smaller size, but they didn't have the in-between size. So the medium was too snug, like here. That's often my issue, I think, with my height as well. And then where the bust line, it was too high up on me. Again, that's an issue I often have. This is the extra large. It is a little bit too big for me, but I just love the dress so much. It was on the pricier side. Oh, I haven't told you the prices. That's really interesting, isn't it, to know the prices for vintage things. So this jacket was £70. Now this vintage shop is an expensive vintage shop, I will say that. You can go to a charity shop and I'll show you the stuff I got in charity shops and it's so much cheaper. So if you're on a budget, don't bother with vintage shops, go to charity shops because loads of them now have vintage sections. So this was 70 and then the sheepskin was 50. So pricier, but I feel like they were worth it because they are kind of more one-of-a-kind items that you're probably unlikely to find in a charity shop. I've never seen jackets like that in a charity shop that are suede like that, like it's rare. Anyway, this one was £95. Yeah, again on the sort of higher price rate range, but it's literally handmade. And it also looks like it's hand printed because you can see the little paint marks. So I don't know if they bought this fabric as a sort of hand painted or hand printed fabric or if they did that themselves. I should have asked. But it's got this lovely frill. Now this is a bit more out there for me, but like I said, I'm trying to go back to just not caring so much. I feel like I'm very easily influenced by other people and I lose myself in that sometimes. I don't know why that happens. It's very frustrating because it's almost like I knew myself better when I was a teenager. I don't know, sometimes you get a bit lost, don't you, along the way. Anyway, this is a bit more out there. It's a bit more, you know, colourful. But I just thought, why not? Like, if I was to think about your colour analysis, I feel like these kind of cooler tones are quite fun on me. And it's a lovely one to just wear at home. This is proper like dopamine dressing. If I'm like at home and I need a boost in energy, this is like a nightie because it's so comfortable. But bright and colourful, I can wear it in summer, I can wear it in winter with a jumper. It is on the larger size, as you can see. However, it's kind of that floaty vibe. And I feel like you could also like wear this with a jacket and boots to make it less in your face, like a dark jacket. Anyway, I do love this. Very cool. I'm not sure that Alex will like this. He'll think it's a bit out there, but I love it. So I'm just going to put this dress literally on over the top of my outfit. This is why you should wear outfits like this when you go shopping. I feel like some of you are going to hate this dress or think it's a bit too much. Maybe I'm going to regret my choice, but I just think it's a bit mad and I kind of love that. Like I could see myself on a summer's day or a spring day sitting outside with a cup of tea, doing a bit of gardening in this and being a bit quirky. Like it matches the bedroom. Look at it, I'm literally the same colour as my wall. So this is the only problem, is that it is large, but maybe that's part of the charm. I feel like it's giving Copenhagen Fashion Week, Dutch fashion, you know, when girls often wear, I've seen those lovely like styles on Pinterest where girls wear big dresses like this, a pair of trainers, and then like a, what's it called, like a snuddy or like a snud, like a, they actually were selling those in the shop, which was quite cute. The sort of scarf hoodie around your head. I just think it's a bit fun, it's a bit cool. Why the hell not? Let me know if you think it looks better done up like this, because I love the frills at the top, like that's kind of fun. Or does it look better if I have it, obviously not with the black underneath, let's do that one up. Is it better like this, like open? Like I just feel like these colours are just so interesting. It's very arty, isn't it? I love it, that's all that matters. Then we went into British Heart Foundation. I think I will correct it on screen if I'm wrong. No, here it is. This is British Heart Foundation. Another suede item. This I'm unsure that it will fit me. It looks a little bit on the smaller side. This is a size 12, but they did accept returns. It's a lovely, it's very, very soft and like foldable, if that makes sense. I love the stitching, you know, when the stitching is like this. It's a gorgeous suede, and it's just a little cropped jacket. I'm not sure it will fit me, we will see. And if not, I can return it. It's from Topshop, so it's a size 14. Oh, it said it's a size 12. It's a size 14. Okay, so that might be fine, though it's Topshop. So it's the, kind of the millennial in me is being like triggered by Topshop sizing. But I'm excited to try that one on. It's very cool. I think next I need to go bra shopping because I haven't bought a bra that fits me in so long. Moment of truth, if this Topshop suede jacket fits me. It may not. It may just be too short and too small and blah, blah, blah. Oh, actually the length, that's quite a good length for my arms. Oh, it fits me. It doesn't feel too small. Oh, does it fit me? Oh, no. I don't think I could do it up. Surely this kind of jacket you're meant to be able to do up. Or maybe it's meant to be a fitted jacket. No, that's ridiculous. Doesn't fit me, does it? I mean, it's quite nice like that, but like, should it really just fit me? What do I think? I'm unsure whether this is like just one that's not for me, not very flattering. Please let me know your thoughts. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Obviously this outfit is not how I should wear it. Maybe I need to try this on in a second with the jeans and show you with more of an outfit so I can get a feel for it. Or is it one of those ones that like it doesn't really need to do up? Or like, maybe I'm just forgetting that like lots of women wear jackets really like fitted like this so they can cinch their waist. But that's not right, is it? Because it's pulling. On paper it's cool. This is going to go in the maybe, and you're going to have to let me know because I do have 30 days to return it. And then I did go a bit rogue with the trousers. I don't know that I trust the sizing of these. I have such an issue with trousers. Being so tall, I often really struggle to find trousers that fit me. Like they said that this was a size 14. These look quite small to me, so I'm not convinced. I don't think these are going to fit me. They look very small. You can, if you're ever in a pinch and you're in a shop and you can't try something on with trousers, this is the trick. You wrap it around your neck, and if it fits around your neck, it will fit around your waist or your hips. I can't remember which. So this fits around my neck, but it is on the snugger side. So these aren't going to be comfy trousers if they fit me, which I'm not convinced they will. They will be a bit more snug. They are quite long. Like they do actually reach the floor. Who knows? I wanted to get an array of things because I do struggle with trousers. So I thought I'm not just going to stick to jackets and dresses. I feel like these won't fit me. They just feel smaller. I think that they're wool. Let's have a look. Yeah, 98% wool, 2% elastane. So, moment of truth. Oh, they do feel a little bit snug. Yeah, no, these are too small. I did think so when I look. You can always tell when you look at them. It's also just the crotch length. It's just not long enough for me. They never are, so I'm trying to do it up. So like ordinarily on a woman, this would be doing up on their actual waist, whereas I'm trying to do it up around my belly button, which is like the largest part of your stomach. So it doesn't work because it's not long enough as a crotch. So that's sad because I did quite like the style of them. They actually are quite long. Oh well, these can be returned. And you know, past Maddie would have had a meltdown over that, but I don't care. With that in mind, I also got this pair of cords. Again, these are a size 14. They may not fit me. I may need to go up a size. I don't know. I'm still a bit like I can't get my head around being a different size to what I'm used to, so it's hard for me. But again, let's do the test on my neck to see. These feel a bit bigger actually, but it's whether they'll fit around my bum. These are a bit shorter, but they have got a bit of a boot cut to the bottom, which I thought was lovely. And then the butt has some fun stitching, which I quite liked. So we'll see, we'll see. If these two work though, I'll be quite happy. But I do get a bit triggered by trousers. They just have never really worked for me. In fact, the only shop when I was younger that used to work for me was Topshop, because they did length and waist, which no shop does. And I think that's often the problem, is I pull them up and they don't go past a certain point because the crotch is just not long enough. It's very annoying. Right, let's do these black jeans. Oh, it's being a little snug around the thighs. I am not actually, you know what? This could work. They're very soft. Let's do some finessing here. Are they kind of high-waisted? They're a bit snug. They're a bit snug. But then maybe this type of trouser is just kind of meant to be a bit snug. What do we think? Now, please be honest with me, because I obviously struggle with my body confidence, and actually it's pretty difficult for me to stand on camera like this, showing my like lumps and bumps, that I'm not flat from the side, and I don't know, it's hard. So please let me know, be honest. I think this could be exactly the outfit for a jacket like this though, you know? Like, this is cool. Like, not with this vest, I think with something that's loose. Are they too short? Because they are flares, but they're a bit too short for me to be flares. Or is that kind of, does that work? I'd have to try on some boots. Maybe if I had my pointy over the knee boots. It's just that they're reminding me of school trousers when the school trousers weren't long enough for me. So, but then sometimes that can look quite cute if you wear ankle boots, because you can see more of the ankle boot. Like, imagine if I had some like red or burgundy ankle boots or brown ankle boots. Please let me know what you think. Is it flattering on the bum as well? Does it flatter the bottom? I'm looking in this mirror. It's hard for me to tell because I'm not in my dressing room. It's actually quite hard for me to tell, but they're actually pretty comfortable. I am feeling a bit like a sausage though. And then this was where I did have to confront some of my demons. And if I try these on and they don't fit me, I may cry, because I went for a much larger size than I usually go for. The thing with vintage jeans is that the sizings don't necessarily equate to the sizings today. I know that you should go, like in Levi's vintage, you should go like a size above your usual, because the size measurements have changed from maybe like the 70s or the 80s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I swear that's what I remember. So I went for a larger size. These could either be really comfortable, you know, my thought process behind them was that they would sit on the hip, they'd be really comfortable, because the other pairs of jeans I bought, I actually said this to Alex the other day and I got really upset that I bought some jeans recently, maybe I did that with you, and I've done this over the years. I'll buy jeans to fit my new body and then they become too small for me. So I bought some jeans not that long ago, I think I was with you, and I tried them on the other day and they were a little bit tight on me. I think because I'm trying to kind of overcome some of my remaining issues around food and exercise and stuff, and I'm letting it go a little bit more. Maybe I'll address that in another video. I'm kind of just not really thinking about what I'm eating at all, to undo some of that negative thought process that creeped back in, which is really important to do that for a time, and that will inevitably result in a bit of weight gain. But it can be quite confronting if the clothes that you love suddenly don't fit you and they are really tight. So those jeans now are very tight on me, so I don't tend to wear them at home. But I love the way that jeans look. I find them quite comfortable. Let's try the neck on this. So these are way bigger than my neck, so this may work out. They may be the jeans I'm after. They feel quite long, they go all the way to the floor. They are kind of like a boot cut, and I just would love it if they're baggy, you know, just like a baggy pair of jeans that I can throw on and be really comfy. It's truly maybe the moment of truth, because if these don't fit me, this might actually upset me, but I'm not gonna let it, because clothes don't define who I am or my worth or anything. They're just clothes. Oh, we may be on to a winner. Oh my God, actually, this could be great. If these are comfortable, this could be so good, because the other jeans I have are just so fitted around my bum. Oh, yes. Oh my God, they're so comfortable. Look at the length of them. Bobby, you excited? Look at the length. She's excited because it's the time of day. Usually she goes out with Alex for a WALK. They go all the way down to my feet, Bobby. Look at that. Yay. Okay, what's it like on the butt? Yeah, it's quite good on the butt actually. But there's room, because how many jeans I put on, it's like the battle between jeans is whether to go for, oh my gosh, she's so funny. Do you have to come up here, trample on all my clothes? The battle with jeans is if you go for like the fitted on your butt, tight around your waist to really like cinch you in, it just feels like you can't breathe, especially with vintage jeans, because they don't really have as much elastane in them, or any. Whereas these, because they're bigger, and I have the room, it means I can wear these at home, sit in them and be comfortable. Isn't that right? Mwah. What a relief. I'm so pleased because I have been after a pair for ages, haven't I, Bob? Okay, the next shop was the Children's Hospice, and they had so much great stuff in there. I honestly was a bit like, I could buy more, but I had to just stop myself. This coat, I have been after a red coat like this for so long. I think red is my colour. I think it's the colour that suits me the best. This is more of a burgundy, but I do actually think this very bright red really suits me. I really need to get my colour analysis done because I keep on talking about these sorts of colours and things. But this is wool and cashmere. So let's see how, this is a size 16, which is quite nice because it's means I can wear a jumper underneath because it's a size up. Let's see, so this is wool and cashmere. 70% wool, 10% cashmere, 20% polyamide. So I'm assuming the polyamide is probably the lining. I mean, it's a lovely classic red pea coat. I'm kind of flabbergasted that I found this and that no one had bought it, so I really hope it fits me because I've wanted one of these probably since I was like 16, honestly, and I've never found one. My red coat, I feel like this would have been better tried on with my black trousers because this to me is just Little Red Riding Hood, or even Madeleine, you know, the French cartoon or TV movie, and I swear she's got a red coat. Maybe that's where I got my obsession with it, or the idea of it. This would look, I think, best with tights, to be honest with you. But oh my God, look at that colour. It fits nice and oversized for me, so I know I can fit like jumpers underneath this. And I can do the buttons up, and it's pea coat length, it's just below the bum. This is actually the most gorgeous coat. I'm so pleased. Actually, I quite like it with a really, like the juxtaposition rather than going classic. I love it with the jeans and a plain top. It's kind of a bit more relaxed and it adds a pop of colour. It's kind of a nice way to style it. And this was, I'm pretty sure this was a bargain price. This was £15 for wool and cashmere. And I got it in a size 16, and like I said, previous me would have maybe been a bit upset about that, but I'm not upset about it because it doesn't matter. These are a bit kooky, but we shall see. These are cashmere. They're pretty much like culottes or like long shorts. Don't know if they're going to fit me. They're either going to fit me or they're going to be way too big. They've got some interesting patches on the back. Now I'm realising. Okay, so it says cashmere and silk, merino wool. This is a slightly potentially offensive patch that maybe I don't really want on my bottom. Is this like a Native American with a gun? That's very strange, and it says kiddie. I did not notice that before. Interesting. But maybe I could unpick that. That to me just seems a bit weird. Anyway, we'll see. I thought these could be quite cute if you had boots and tights on. The vision may be a bit strange, but we shall see. Right, so these little cashmere, slightly unusual trousers. Unsure about these. These could be a bit big. They almost look a bit big. And they are slightly unusual, but they could be very cool. Oh, actually, maybe they aren't that big. Oh, maybe they're not. No, they're actually kind of small. Okay, these are going to go back. These are not. They actually did say small on the hanger. But they looked quite big, but maybe it's literally just the style that made me believe that they were big. Yeah, these are too small. Also, they are horrific on me. This is... This is not a good look. No, absolutely not. This, again, is also one I'm not 100% sure on, but I'm just trying to go for fun things. My wardrobe is a bit boring. It has a huge turtleneck, really floppy, and I actually had that in mind today. That was the one thing I had in mind. Well, I had trousers in mind, but I also wanted like a big floppy turtleneck in like a jewel tone. So either a bright blue like this or a bright pink. My only question mark is the fringe. I can't tell if the fringe is a little bit frumpy or if it's fun. I guess it depends how you style it. I feel like with a pair of jeans, that could look quite cool and like silver jewellery. We'll see. I wanted to try this on with the jeans because I thought it could look cute with jeans. So this was £5 because this wasn't from the vintage section. This is new and this is polyester. And this is definitely a question mark. But like, I'm sorry, this can't be a question mark. Look at the, this is what I was after. This was actually one of the things. I was like, I really want a big, billowy turtleneck I can just hide in. But let me know about the fringe. I feel like the fringe makes it quite fun. It's just a bit different. You know, it's not, it doesn't feel like it's from a high street shop. I need a new bra though, because the amount of these outfits I'm putting on, I'm like, my boobs, it's not flattering. So maybe we could go bra shopping next time. Or I could measure myself and order some bras home. And I'm not gonna try them on with you, but we can talk about it because I don't own a bra. The last time I bought a bra was for our wedding and I was a size smaller then, because I do gain weight in my boobs. And yeah, I can't really wear those bras because they're just too fitted. So I need to measure myself, because you can measure yourself and figure out what your size is at home. And I could order a couple bras from M&S because I do love an M&S bra, because this is not flattering. This is a booty bra, which is just like a bralette. It's not really a bra. It's just very comfortable. But with jumpers, if you are bigger chested, you kind of need something potentially more supportive so that it doesn't end up a bit frumpy, I suppose, and a bit like, it just, yeah, it doesn't, do you know what, this is annoying me, because this jumper, I would love it if it was shorter. I'm not so sure on the tassels and how like flattering that is in terms of like, even the word flattering, you know, like that's ruled us for so long, hasn't it? The word, everything has to be flattering. Or could it just be comfy and a fun colour? You know? This is quite fun. I do quite like it. I'm just not sure about the proportions because it's longer. Like it would be better. What do you think? Please let me know. Got a couple more jumpers. Again, I'm not sure if these are all going to fit me, but look at this. Like just a classic vintage jumper. And the colours, I'm trying to embrace more the brighter jewel tone colours, because I tend to lean to neutrals and they don't suit me as well. Whereas you can go for vintage with some colour. This is probably a bit more 80s, but I quite like the vibe of garden vibe without leaning on the kind of browns and the greens that probably in my mind I prefer, but don't maybe suit me as much in my colouring. Okay, so actually first impression is that this jumper colour definitely suits me. I've always steered away from purple, because I've always been a bit like, oh no, purple's too strong a colour, but it definitely does suit me. So I just feel like it's one of these things on paper, I don't love purple, but actually when I put it on, it just matches, I think, my colouring, so it does look cute, and I do like it with these trousers. I really do. So it's a bit short on the arms, but maybe it's a bit more dainty, a bit more demure, but I do love it. Same goes for this, a lovely black and white one. That feels like polyester, I will check, but this does feel like wool or cashmere. Let's have a look. Made in Italy, wow, okay. So this, oh no, it is acrylic and it is wool. So it's a black and white. I loved the black contrast neckline and it's got flowers. I just thought this is adorable. Like, this is an outfit. This is why vintage shopping is so great, because you don't have to think about your outfit because it's just cool on its own. You can wear a pair of jeans and a jumper, which ordinarily if you went to a normal shop might be a bit boring. But if it's a vintage jumper, it's just so much more fun. So very excited to try that on. See, this is actually a pretty cute and I feel like quite flattering outfit. Please let me know, because you can wear it obviously like loose like that, or you could do a bit of a millennial tuck. What do we think? Are they just too short for me? I love this jumper. This is a great jumper. So that's enough trying on for me. I'm gonna put my dressing gown on. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I found I wasn't particularly triggered when we were out or when I was at home trying this stuff on. And if you have been putting off buying new clothes because you're holding on to this idea that you will one day go back to the size that you used to be, or you'll fit the clothes that are in your cupboard right now, I would really encourage that you go shopping in a lovely way. Go to charity shops, vintage shops, shops that make your heart sing. Try on clothes that make you feel really good about yourself. Ignore the size and buy what fits you. It doesn't matter what the label says. It literally doesn't matter. It will be so much more lovely for you to wake up and put clothes on that fit your body, that make you feel confident and happy and express yourself, than constantly be feeling sad that you're only having to wear a tiny portion of your wardrobe because nothing else fits and is uncomfortable, because one day you think you're going to fit it again. Don't do that to yourself. accept your body for what it is now, and I'm with you on this. You know, we should all, I feel like, if us women who fluctuate should all have wardrobes filled with different sizes so that we can feel confident no matter what size we are and feel good about it. And charity shopping is a great way to do that because it's much more affordable. So if you enjoyed this episode, let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see next in this series. Also check out BetterHelp if you would like to try therapy. If you've been struggling with maybe some of the themes we've talked about in this video, it really can help so much. So I'll leave a link to that below and you can get the 10% off with my link and my code. And I will see you in my next video. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'm so excited to carry on making these episodes with you, and I'm enjoying it so much. It's given me so much confidence and freedom, so I hope it helps you as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!